Donald Trump held an emergency press conference, as it was being reported on, at Mar-a-Lago and he would not phrase it this way, but you're going to see what I mean, publicly panic over the fact that Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign is taking all of the attention and all of the momentum in this political moment. And so Trump has to come out and say, no, wait, focus on me too. But he's so discombobulated about the fact that, as we just discussed, in both of the two major polling averages, Kamala Harris is now leading. And that's a dramatic swing from just a couple of weeks ago. Her favorability rating is spiking like you rarely see, a sharp spike. All this we've reviewed before. And in a huge bombshell poll that we also discussed, one individual one showed her leading by 8 percentage points, which is just bonkers. Again, that's not the average polls, but exciting stuff, and a 20+ point swing in her favorability rating, which is super exciting. And so Trump sees that. Reportedly, behind the scenes, I saw, let's see if I can pull this up for you before playing clips from this press conference, but I saw someone mentioning that reportedly behind the scenes, Trump is melting down and panicking over these numbers. And so he comes out and tries to keep it together, but you can tell by how somber he is and the types of things he's saying, like essentially, can I run against Biden actually? He's freaking out.
Tell you what, from a constitutional standpoint, from any standpoint you look at, they took the presidency away. And people were saying he lost after the debate. He couldn't win. Well, I don't know that that's true necessarily. But whether he could win or he couldn't win, he had the right to run. And they took it away. They said they're going to use the 25th Amendment. They're going to hit you hard. Either we can do it the nice. I know exactly, because I know a lot of people on the other side, believe it or not. And they said, we'll do it the nice way, or we'll do it the hard way.
Yeah, you didn't hear that from someone on the other side. You heard that on Newsmax and Fox News pulling that out of their rear ends.
And he said, all right. So that, I mean, they've really taken, what they've done is pretty incredible. And now I'm running against somebody else, and we're leading. So I'm not complaining. I'm saying it's for a country with a constitution that we cherish. We cherish this constitution. To have done it this way is pretty severe, pretty horrible. You would have thought they would have gone out to a vote. They would have.
This is shocking. You don't do this. He's admitting so much here about his fear of Kamala Harris. Otherwise, why are you concerned with the selection process of the Democratic Party and upset on the part of Biden? If Biden has a problem with what took place, Biden, as one of the most famous people in the world, can go stand in front of a group of reporters at a press conference himself and complain about it. Clearly, he's not, and he understands the importance of winning in this election, which is why he chose. He wasn't forced out. He chose after it was explained to him how difficult it was going to be for him to win, to step off the ticket. And Trump mentioned the Constitution. Trump called for the termination of the Constitution. Trump actually tried to steal the presidency by blocking the peaceful transfer of power. But nothing in the Constitution says Democratic parties, or I should say the Democratic Party, or individual party infrastructures can't choose how they select and who they select. They have that power. And so he's wrong about that. And Biden also voluntarily gave up his delegates, which is what put us in this situation. All absolutely acceptable despite what Trump is saying. But again, how weird is it that he's saying, I'm fine. I'm not complaining. That was one of his quotes. I'm not complaining. We're up in the polls. False. He's doing this press conference, emergency press conference, because he saw that he's dropping like a rock in the polls and Kamala Harris is surging. But then he insists, I'm not complaining. It's fine. I'm better. I probably, honestly, would prefer to be running against Kamala Harris. So this is great for me. Okay. It is. I promise. It's good. I'm fine. I wasn't just crying back there. I'm fine. Okay. But Biden, I just care about his feelings. Me and Biden got really close at the debate. So I just care about him. All right. Here's more.
Because if she becomes president, our country is going to be a giant fail. It's going to fail. It's going to be a failure the likes of which this world has never seen.
Oh, wow. I don't like to revel in, to enjoy the negative experiences of others, right? But can I make one exception? Can Trump be my one exception? Because seeing this desperation, I'm getting a little happy. I am. All right, I'm going to admit it. To say the country is just it's going to collapse. It's going to fail so hard if she gets elected. When, of course, the record of the last few years, the administration she's been a part of, has been one of many, many successes.
By the way, she was the border czar 100%. And all of a sudden, for the last few weeks, she's not the border czar anymore, like nobody ever said it. And I just hope that the media becomes more diligent, more honest, frankly, because if they're not going to be honest, it's going to be much tougher to bring our country back. We have a very, very sick country right now. You saw the other day.
Oh my gosh. I need you guys to remember, we're so used to Trump, and you're thinking, yeah, we've heard him say these things. First of all, the whole, I really care about Biden and he should be the candidate, but also the fact that he's not the candidate is totally better for me because I could definitely defeat Kamala Harris. I'm not going to the restroom in my pants over this, I promise. That whole thing is shocking and notable. But also, remember, if a different candidate got bad polling news and went in front of a podium, it would be so notable that they're just going, this is a sick country. You're sick. You're sick, America, okay? If you don't pick me, you're sick. It's very strange. Then he just goes through different groups that he feels like likes him, and eventually says that he's doing extremely well with Hispanic people. Nope, just Hispanic.
You have to speak louder.
So right now a question is being asked for our podcast listeners, and he's listening. We can't really hear the interviewer or the reporter, but I'm sure it's about something that makes sense for this to be
Well, it changes around
answered.
a little bit. I'm getting other voters. Perhaps, I was doing very well with black voters, and I still am. I seem to be doing very well with black males. This is according to polls, as you know. It's possible that I won't do as well with black women, but I do seem to be doing very well with other segments, extremely well with Hispanic. Jewish voters
Oh, he's falling apart. I'm doing very well with Hispanic.
way up. White males way up. White males have gone through the roof. White males way up. No.
Okay, maybe that's the one I believe. But yikes. And then, Aaron Rupar captioned this one. Trump desperately misses Joe Biden. He's encouraging him to get back in the race.
I'll tell you what, from a constitutional standpoint, from any standpoint you look at, they took the president.
Okay, and that's the clip we already looked at, but just a hilarious caption there. And then the big announcement that he actually came out to make was this.
That was just the beginning. It's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse, in my opinion. And fortunately, we've had some very good polls over the last fairly short period of time. Rasmussen came out today. We're substantially leading, and others came out today that we're leading, and in some cases substantially. I guess MSNBC came out, or CNBC came out also with a poll that was, has us leading, and leading fairly big in swing states. In some polls, I'm leading very big in swing states because they want safety. People want safety.
And that's not the announcement to which I was referring. That's the next one. Apologies for the wrong clip, but that it's so transparent. You obviously scheduled this press conference because you're trying desperately to claw back support, and you've just taken a nosedive, and your campaign's imploding, and Kamala Harris is surging. And so what do you say? We just got polls today, and contrary to what everyone is talking about, given what the facts show, it's the best polls we've ever seen for our campaign. We are winning. So don't go check, though. And the one he cites that might be accurate is Rasmussen, a right-wing pollster, but he's just found out that he's behind in the average of polls. So when you throw in all the different pollsters, he's behind in the two major averages. And he, of course, has to say, we just found out we got the best numbers in the history of the campaign. So don't Google that.
Right now. With all of that being said, I think it's very important to have debates. And we've agreed with Fox on a date of September 4th. We've agreed with NBC, fairly full agreement, subject to them, on September 10th. And we've agreed with ABC on September 25th. So we have those three dates, and those networks, they're very anxiously awaiting that date and those dates. So we have September 4th, September 10th, and September 25th.
So that's actually big news. He's saying his campaign's on board for a Fox News debate, ABC debate, and NBC debate. I'm great with that. The Harris campaign should come out and say they're on board, obviously get specifics about the rules and advocate on your behalf. But 3 debates, I think, is great for the Harris campaign. Absolutely great. Because what have we seen? The more she's introduced herself to Americans, the more her favorability rating has spiked. And that's really good news. The post I was referring to, Lev Parnas, said, sources are telling me that Donald Trump is having a meltdown after seeing today's polls of Kamala Harris now being in the lead and watching J.D. Vance's lackluster performance on the campaign trail. Now he's holding an emergency press conference that we just watched at 2 o'clock. The MAGA cult is in panic. Now they want Joe Biden back. And he correctly predicted what the message of that press conference was going to be. Wild stuff. Total freak out. We can celebrate the fact that we really have grabbed the momentum and our movement is surging. But that doesn't mean we do anything other than work 100% to make sure victory is manifest. Let me know what you thought of all that in the comments. If you want to get extra content daily, you can do so by clicking the join button below. And if you want to contribute to the Kamala Harris campaign, you can do so by clicking the link in the description of this video.